Hey guys, this is Zishan from UltimateOffTimes.com. Today we are going to talk about the Quarry. Review of the Quarry with info on the story, gameplay mechanics, and everything else you need to know before you buy. The Quarry is an interactive drama horror video game in which 9 young camp counselors must survive a night at Hackett's Quarry in upstate New York while being pursued by crazed murder billies and a dark lichen curse. David Arquette, Siobhan Williams, Lynn Shay, Lance Henriksen, Grace Zabriskie, Ted Raimi, Ariel Winter, Ethan Suplee, Miles Robbins, Halston Sage, Zach Tinker, Brenda Song, Skylar Gisondo, Evan Evagora, and Justice Smith star in the game. The Quarry is similar to The Quarry in that it revolves around teens, takes place at a summer camp, and has an unknown killer hidden in the darkness of night. Sue obtains a janitorial job at the Quarry after her hours at Spuddies are reduced, but she unwittingly creates a party with a picture uploaded online. When the party becomes wild and people are nearly killed by explosives, Mike finds out and yells at Sue when they get home, prompting her to cry after she violated his trust. He grounds her for 6 weeks. Brick tests the hex on various game show scenarios. Big Mike provides a new sink which he enlists Axel's assistance installing. Mr. Ehlert refuses to pay Frankie's expired check from the auto dealership unless she gives him a day's work. Frankie's callous attitude throughout her forced labor earns her 2 commissions. The Quarry is a horror survival interactive drama video game played in the third person. The player controls one of 9 different youths who must survive a night at Hackett's Quarry. The player must make many selections, which might alter the character development, storyline, and relationships between various characters. By the end of the game, all 9 playable characters may have died, and each character has 12 different ways to die. Supermassive anticipated that the game would take roughly 10 hours. Yet the early deaths of certain characters may force the game to conclude sooner, at around 7 hours, because of the game's branching storyline. There are numerous endings, and at the end of playing, players will be handed various collector cards depicting the destiny of each character. After completing the game's first playthrough, the player will obtain Death Rewind, which allows them to rewind 3 character deaths in subsequent playthroughs. However, if the user pre-ordered the deluxe edition, the Death Rewind will be available for their first playtime. Supermassive Games, based in the United Kingdom, is working on The Quarry. It was intended to be the spiritual successor to the studio Until Dawn. The Quarry is inspired mainly by teen slasher and creature films and conforms to recognized horror movie conventions more tightly than Supermassive's other horror franchise, The Dark Pictures Anthology. While the game is set in present times, there's a very 80 seconds feel to the scenario and characters, according to creative director Will Biles, who cites films such as Sleepaway Camp and Friday the 13th as essential sources of inspiration. Locals surrounding Hackett's Quarry have a more vintage vibe, and the crew was influenced by films like The Hills Have Eyes, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and Deliverance. Evil Dead and The Thing were also influences on Supermassive. The team sought to include horror movie cliches from many eras, and Biles compared the game to a horror theme park. Supermassive recruited a vast cast of actors and numerous genre staples to portray the characters in the game, and cooperated with Los Angeles-based production studio Digital Domain on the game's motion capture technology to mimic the sensations of classic horror films. While the game pays homage to many horror films, the team learned from their experience with Until Dawn, allowing them to increase players' terror through tension rather than depending mainly on jump scares. According to Biles, the team spent over 1,000 pages writing the game's storyline, and the game includes 186 alternative endings. While Until Dawn was intended to be a single experience, the team discovered that players prefer to play in small groups, and that Until Dawn was a popular game for others to simply observe. The game featured a movie mode to cater to users who merely want to watch the game. It enhanced the multiplayer features established in earlier Supermassive titles such as Hidden Agenda and The Dark Pictures Anthology. The accessibility settings were also created to cater to more casual gamers who may not have prior gaming expertise. Compared to The Dark Pictures Anthology, The Quarry was developed for a larger audience and placed less emphasis on gameplay. The game also has a movie mode that removes various gameplay components, including button mashing, quick time events, and aiming and firing, allowing players to continue with minimal involvement. There are both local and online multiplayer options available in the game. Local multiplayer will enable players to take turns controlling different characters, and online multiplayer allows 7 other players to vote on important decisions. Players can vote by simply downloading the demo edition of The Quarry. The game also has a movie-only mode in which the player can customize the personality qualities of various characters and then watch the tale unfold. The video for the Quarry takes you to a pitch-black wilderness where the characters get lost in their car, setting off a chain of terrifying occurrences, like in the dark pictures. The gameplay is mainly reliant on quick-time events. The graphics of the Quarry are impressive, especially the facial movements and motion detection. A credible voice output completes the picture. Players who purchase the game's deluxe version would gain access to the Gorefest option in the movie mode, which offers more graphic images than the standard movie mode. They would also receive additional character outfits, immediate access to the Death Rewind feature, and the Horror History Visual Filter Pack, which allows players to change the game's aesthetic by selecting one of 3 visual filters inspired by horror films from various eras and styles of horror filmmaking. The Quarry is a drama horror video game created by Supermassive Games and published by 2 Kelvin Games that will be available on June 10, 2022 for Windows, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X and Series S. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy this video, so just click the like button below, and also to watch more videos from us, just subscribe to Ultimate of Times and also join our forum to build a gaming community.